Good Friday morning, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to Southwest Arkansas weather, August the 2nd, 2024. We got a decent amount to talk about today. Today's outlook: hot and humid conditions. The 6-day outlook, probably or potentially the hottest week so far this year, coming up next week. And also taking a look at the tropics. Tropical Storm Debby looks to be right around the corner and heading towards the Florida area. We go over all that and in depth. And we go over today's forecast here for Southwest Arkansas and that here in just a minute, just after this. And thank you, as always, to Palmer's Roofing, J&S Auto Supply, Terry's Place, Fort Smith Therapy, J&S Auto Supply, Palmer's Roofing, Terry's Place, Fort Smith Therapy, and Tan Energy Nutrition there as well. And as always, have a good rest of your Friday and enjoy the drier conditions. But once again, we're in for summer here in Arkansas. Nothing we're not used to, but hot and humid temperatures look to be right around the corner. But we'll be back right after this to take a look at today's outlook. Taking a look at current conditions across the area here as of 10:30 a.m., you can see temperatures already up into the mid and upper 80s across the area, 85 in some of these areas. Hot Springs already at 88. Look up here, Little Rock's already at 91 degrees. Texarkana's at 87 degrees here. Arkadelphia, DeQueen in the lower 80s, but that's going to be the trend today. We're going to continue to see those those highs warm up, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But look off over here. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That's some light showers. I'm not going to rule out the possibility that maybe if they can make it towards us, and we may see some develop, but there may be a chance for some isolated showers and such. It's going to be less than 10%, though. It's not a super big chance by any means. And actually, you can kind of see here. Let's see here. I know currently across portions of the area, you have been seeing some smoke and stuff of that nature. That has been coming from, or you can walk outside and smell it here in the Delight area. From what I've seen and from what reports I've seen here, that has come from the Nashville landfill. I think some trash caught on fire there in that area overnight, and that's kind of what that's the smoke that we've been smelling from reports that I've seen. Now, once again, that's just from reports that we've seen, but taking a look real quickly here at satellite at this current time, you can see we are dealing with some cloudy skies. It is not just fully sunny, but it is partly to mostly sunny skies across the area here. You do have few cloud cover, few clouds here, and if this trend continues, I would say you could be potentially seeing some more cloud cover, because this is kind of trending as a big cluster of some clouds moving across the area out of Oklahoma, so we'll have to watch that if they can hold together. But once again, could see some cloud cover today, so mostly sunny to partly sunny skies there looks likely throughout the day today. Taking another look at this just from another satellite, you can see some cloudy skies here across the area, but you do still see a few peaks of sun here and there, but you kind of get the general idea. This is basically curving or moving southeast here with that cloud cover. So we'll have to watch and see, but looks like some clouds could be possible throughout the day. Mostly sunny to partly sunny skies look likely. Still not going to help us much on the on terms of temperatures. They're going to be on the warmer side. And once again, real quickly, let me pull up these alerts. We do have excessive heat warnings and heat advisories in effect for portions of the coverage area for our friends in Montgomery, Polk, Hot Springs area, which is the Garland County area, Howard, and Sevier County areas. You do still have a heat advisory in effect. That is for heat index values up to 111 degrees. That goes in effect from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. this evening. And then in these purple areas, everywhere else, basically Pike County, Clark County, Hot Springs County, basically everywhere else in our coverage area that we didn't mention there, is in an excessive heat warning. Dangerously hot conditions with heat index values up to 111 are expected across portions of these areas, and up here this one reads in excess of 110 degrees looks likely throughout the day today. So once again, just hot, humid conditions air temperature is going to be closer to 100 degrees today, and that's going to lead towards these heat index values being even closer to 110 or above 110 across the area. We're going to continue to watch that. We did have a front try to move through, and that's why these northern areas may be just a little drier, so you may not see heat index values in northern Arkansas as high as you do in southern Arkansas. That's why we have these excessive heat warnings and heat index or heat advisories out across that area. Now, real quickly, we are going to take a look at the rest of today's weather here in just a minute. And as always, have a good rest of your day, and thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather. So taking a look at the rest of today's weather, you're going to see partly cloudy, mostly sunny skies throughout the day. You will see some cloud cover. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of an isolated shower or two. I do think that's still a possibility, but it's not enough to really put in the forecast for the day today. I'd just say it's less than 10% chance, 10%. So you may see a shower, may not. But really the main story for today, and as we head into the 6-day forecast, which we'll talk about here in a minute, is the heat. It's going to be hot. Forecasted highs today are actually going to be up near, I expect 100 degrees to be possible across most of the area, with temperatures nearing 100 degrees from 97 to 100 degrees. Looks likely for your forecasted highs as we go throughout the day today. Max heat index values, though, they're going to be around 110 to 100 degrees there across the area, with Texarkana topping out around 111 potentially, and most areas ranging from 105 to 110 degrees. Looks like a good possibility as we go throughout the day today. So it's hot, humid conditions today, and that trend looks to continue, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But first, taking a look at overnight lows, they're actually going to be just a little cooler. Overnight lows are going to be in the lower 70s across the area throughout the day today, or throughout the overnight hours tonight. And we're going to continue to monitor that closely, but once again, lower 70s looks likely for your overnight lows tonight. Remember, stay hydrated, stay cool during this heat. It's going to be a hot day today, and we're going to continue to monitor that. Remember, there may be a chance of an isolated shower or two, but it's not enough to put in the forecast as, hey, there's a good 10% chance. It's going to be less than 10%, but it's worth just mentioning, hey, we may have that chance, but we're going to continue to monitor that. Some cloud cover will be possible throughout the day, and as always, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 6-day forecast here. Once again, the heat looks to be on its return, or looks to continue, not to be on its return, but it's here, and it looks to continue to be here. And it looks like we're going to have another hot week, probably the hottest week so far this year, as we head into your week next week. And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Taking a look at the 6-day forecast, I wish I had better news, but I guess we kind of do in a way. We'll get back down to normal for this time of year over this weekend, which is in the lower 90s, lower to mid 90s potentially there for your forecasted highs. But today, once again, hot, humid conditions nearing 100 degrees. Overnight lows will be around 72 or in the lower 70s there across the area. Then Saturday and Sunday, sunny, pretty much this whole week, sunny skies and hot conditions, but highs in the lower 90s, lower to mid 90s, with overnight lows around 70 degrees. But as we head into next week, Monday, areas will reach 100 degrees, but the general average will be around 98 degrees with overnight lows around 71. Very hot conditions and sunny skies look likely. And then as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, you can see that we're going to be reaching 100 degrees widespread across probably portions of the area at this time. Forecasted highs will be around 100 degrees and overnight lows will be in the lower 70s with very hot conditions. One thing I do want to mention is here recently, this past week, data's kind of been overdoing the temperatures by making them a little warmer. That usually happens after, mainly because of soil moisture. We had a bunch of big heavy rain events in July, and with that, that soil moisture can help keep temperatures lower, air temperatures lower, but the humidity a little higher. That's what we've seen this week. It's still been hot, but next week, we're going to actually reach probably the air temperatures will be around 100 degrees near next week, because we start to see that drying. We're going to probably start to see some drying, and with not much rainfall, if any at all, in the forecast, we're going to dry out quickly. and it's going to get hot once again. Next week probably looks to be the hottest week so far that we've had this year. Just by an early look at that. Once again, it's going to be hot, and just make sure to stay hydrated. Make sure to check on any animals that you have outside. Make sure they have ways to get cool, shade, ways to get water. Make sure to check on any of your elderly neighbors or anything of that nature. Just with this heat, make sure you can get outdoors in the morning, or try to, and get things done in the morning if you got to be outside. And just stay cool and hydrated. It's going to be a hot week, and nothing that we're not used to down here in Arkansas, but it's going to be hot, and definitely looks to be a hot week in store there as well. Now, real quickly, we are going to talk about the tropics. Tropical Storm Debby could be around the corner, and that could be heading towards the Florida area. We go a little more in depth with that with what's coming up next here in just a minute. Now, taking a quick look here at the tropics, real quickly now, we have a new update to this. As you can see here, we now have an area that the National Hurricane Center has been watching. It has moved a little further to the to what you would call the west, more in towards the western side of Florida area and such there as well, instead of off over here in the Atlantic. But at this current time, this is potential Tropical Cyclone 4. It is sending over the Cuba area as we speak, and it's going to continue to do that. And here soon, or by the end of the day today, it will become Tropical Depression 4, and that will end up becoming, or potentially becoming, Tropical Storm Debby here. And after that, it's going to move off into the Atlantic, move over the Key West area potentially as potentially a tropical depression or tropical storm. Currently from the National Hurricane Center, this is the track. It's going to continue up towards potentially the Tampa area, just north of the Tampa area here potentially, and go over Florida, back off into the Atlantic Ocean, and continue onwards towards the North Carolina area, or along the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina area. Right now, if you're in this red area, still watch it. There's still going to be some updates. Thankfully, though, hopefully this trend continues where, as it goes over Cuba, it kind of helps keep it from developing a little stronger. So hopefully it just stays as a tropical storm. Still, tropical storms can do damage if they are. They can do damage in general. As you can see, though, we do have tropical storm warnings and tropical storm watches out already across portions of Florida. I know this is not going to affect our coverage area. It's going to stay off over here north, or basically east of us, into the Florida area here. And but we do have a lot of it. Still vacation time. There's still people that may have family or friends down here in the Florida area. Just give them a heads up and let them know, hey, keep an eye on the weather. You could have a tropical system moving towards your area potentially by the 4th here within the next few days anyways. And as that trend continues, we'll continue to watch that. It could be a strong tropical storm as it moves into the Florida area. Potential wind speeds of 65 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts is currently what it's projected to be as it makes landfall. Now, once again, there's going to be changes. There always is. And as we get closer, they'll start to, continue to look more into it, start to get more information on it, and just continue to put out updates. This is the first official advisory or update to it, and we're going to continue to keep you updated. I know it's outside of our coverage area, but still, it's something that's going on majorly here across our coverage area, and we'll continue to do that. And as always, real quickly, just want to say big thanks as always to Palmer's Roofing, J&S Auto Supply, Terry's Place, Fort Smith Therapy, Tan Energy and Nutrition, and just a big thanks to all of them for what they do to help us get all this information to you guys. And J&S Auto Supply, Terry's Place, Fort Smith Therapy, Palmer's Roofing, Tan Energy and Nutrition, making sure I said them all there. Just big thanks to them. Make sure to check them out on Facebook. And as always, thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather. Have a good rest of your Friday.